Coming up, Rick Santorum suspends his presidential campaign, a road in Valdosta will be closed for improvements, and cuts are made on school buses. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Valencia Williams. In the end, it came down to money, delegates, and family. Tuesday, the man in second place for the Republican presidential nomination called it quits. Renee Marsh reports from Washington, D.C.
While this presidential race for us is over for me, and we will suspend our campaign effective today, we are not done fighting.
Sources close to Rick Santorum's campaign say three things needed to happen for him to stay in the race. First, Texas, with its 155 delegates, would have to change its primary rules from proportional to winner-take-all. That didn't happen. Second, Newt Gingrich would have to get out of the race. That didn't happen either. Not long after Santorum announced he was quitting, Gingrich was jockeying for Santorum's support.
I would love to have his endorsement. I was grateful to get Governor Perry's endorsement.
The third puzzle piece for Santorum was money and protecting his home turf of Pennsylvania. Romney's poll numbers were inching up there, and he was in the process of smothering the market with $2 million worth of anti-Rick Santorum ads. Meantime, Santorum's campaign reported nearly $1 million in debt last month and said they would have drained their accounts trying to compete.
This has been a good day for me.
Mitt Romney now has a firm grip on the Republican nomination. In general election mode, his focus is President Obama and a key voting bloc.
Did you know that of all the jobs lost during the Obama years, 92.3% of them are women?
Well, Rick Santorum's decision to drop out of the race was not all political. His 3-year-old daughter, Bella, who was born with a chromosomal condition, was recently hospitalized. It is the second time since he launched his campaign. Reporting in Washington, I'm Renee Marsh.
The City of Valdosta Engineering Department is making drainage improvements on Lake Park Road between South Fry Street and Bunch Street today. The road has been closed since 9 a.m. and will be reopened by 2 o'clock this afternoon. All drivers should use extreme caution while driving around this area and should observe all traffic signs and safety measures in place. For more information, call the Engineering Department. Since Georgia has been hit with higher gas prices, local school districts across the state are having to deal with less money for transportation. These school districts are having to find cost-efficient solutions, one of which increases the number of students per bus ride. School bus stops that are still remaining are further apart, and many of these stops have been removed. This results in kids having to wake up even earlier to make their way to a bus stop, sometimes in minimal daylight. An average of 45 kids ride on each bus, and the transportation department for the schools did this in order to have cut the bus service. But in another state, catching the bus to go to school may soon be a thing of the past. The Louisiana Connections Academy, located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is the country's first virtual public school. Currently with an enrollment of 600 students, the school plans on expanding their unique curriculum, which helps provide each student with a program geared toward their specific strengths and weaknesses. The Louisiana Board of Education just approved expansion of the program to 1,000 students only in its second year. The Albany Police Department is looking for a 53-year-old woman who threatened bodily harm on herself. Tracy Murray called the crisis hotline Tuesday afternoon, and her call was transferred to the Albany Police. By the time someone got to her location, she was nowhere to be found. No description has been released at this time. Albany police officers are searching an area near the Marine base. The Georgia State Patrol is providing a helicopter to fly over to help with the search. Coming up, a quake in Indonesia, Georgia's pre-kindergarten program is on top, and a look at your local weather. Stay with us.
My Jamie, she was my baby girl, my precious baby girl. When Jamie was a teenager, she would spend her lunch hours going to the tanning salons. I didn't realize how dangerous they were. If you tan when you're young, your risk for melanoma are increased by 75%. That's huge. What I would say to mothers that allow their daughters to tan No mother should have to visit their daughter in a cemetery. One person an hour dies from melanoma. Jamie's hour was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, March 16th, 2007. I hope no one else has to mark their hour.
This message is brought to you by the American Academy of Dermatology.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. After back-to-back earthquakes off the Indonesian coast, countries surrounding the Indian Ocean were under tsunami watch. The quake was of an 8.6 magnitude, followed by an 8.2 aftershock. The aftershock brought on the watch for the dangerous wave. The tremor hit around the same area in Indonesia as the 2004 quake of a 9.1 magnitude that killed over 170,000. Most of the countries are now off the tsunami watch, except some where the residents are still searching for higher ground. According to a national report on early childhood learning, Georgia's pre-kindergarten program is one of the best in the nation. But the state is likely to lose that status as the impact of budget cuts sets in. To preserve that top spot, Georgia lawmakers approved a budget for next year that adds 10 days back to the pre-K year and boosts teacher pay by more than 4%. Georgia's program opened in 1993 and became the nation's first universal preschool program for 4-year-olds in 1995. The Valdosta Lowndes County Parks and Recreation Authority has announced more open forum dates to discuss the master plan. According to Executive Director George Page, 2 meetings will be held April 17th and 2 more will be held April 18th. The master plan is an in-depth look at the authority's process and how things are being run at the local recreation parks. According to a recent report in the journal Nature Reviews Clinical Oncology, aspirin is a potential pill for cancer prevention. Benefits of aspirin include reduction of colorectal cancer and polyps. However, it may increase the risk of gastrointestinal bleeding. Though details of aspirin in cancer prevention is unknown, research suggests it works and protects at low doses in comparison to high ones. The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommends patients take it to stop heart problems and strokes as well. Taking a look at your local weather, expect today to be partly cloudy with a high of 78 degrees. Tonight will cool down with the low being 43. Expect the cool evenings to continue throughout the week. Coming up, the University of Arkansas football coach is fired and your campus events. Stay with us.
Travel advisories to small business loans, retirement savings to Medicare coverage, ID theft protection to contacting elected officials, student loans to taxes online. Whether you have information to get or ideas to give, USA.gov is the official place to connect with your government. From surplus car auctions to finding a new job, our new mobile apps will keep you updated on the go. So, from marriage records to passport applications, veterans benefits to birth certificates, patent applications to energy-saving ideas, product recalls to home buying tips. Check out USA.gov because the country runs better when we stay connected.
Welcome back to News Valdosta. I'm Valencia Williams. The University of Arkansas has fired head football coach Bobby Petrino. The firing comes after allegations that the 51-year-old coach was having a sexual relationship with a 25-year-old university athletic department employee. The employee, Jessica Dorrell, was on the back of Petrino's motorcycle when he lost control and crashed into a wooded area last week, causing injuries to his face. Petrino won 35 games in his 4 seasons as the head coach of the Razorbacks. Taking a look at your campus events. Beginning tomorrow through the 14th, the Vagina Monologues will be performed in Jeanette Hall. The performances begin at 7 p.m. and cost $5 for students and $10 to the general public. 10% of the net profits will be donated to the V-Day 2012 Spotlight, the Women and Girls of Haiti. Starting on Monday, April 16th, the VSU Fine Arts Gallery will be holding a senior spring exhibit. The exhibit will show off works created by graduating senior art students. There will be an opening reception on Sunday the 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. The gallery is open Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Fridays. VSU's concert choir, spotlighters, and chamber singers will perform at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, April 15th inside the sanctuary at Park Avenue United Methodist Church on Patterson Street. The event is free and open to the public. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, another grand challenge will soon begin, this one focused on humanoid robots. To win the competition, a robot will have to climb into an open vehicle, drive to a designated building, and locate and stop a leaking pipe and then replace a faulty pump, all semi-autonomously. This challenge will be run for 2 successive years, as it is not expected any team will be able to build a machine that can accomplish all this the first year. More details to be forthcoming when the formal announcement is made. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Valencia Williams. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.